We're going to look today at some clues to finding your genius. I'm saying the word clues because to find your genius is a lifelong exercise. So I can only talk about a few clues that I have found and researched over the years. I've been passionate to work within my genius at least 90% and more for the rest of my life. I'm on earth for only one short period. I want to give it my best shot and I don't want to mess around. So the quicker I can get into my sweet spot, the better. And so these are just a few little pointers that I have found in terms of getting into my genius. There are some books that I recommend as well, but this is a wonderful journey to go on. Genius really is made up of two things, I think. Number one, your talents. In other words, your natural God-given abilities that are inherent in you. They are intrinsic. Skills are extrinsic and outside of you. Talents are inside of you. And talents and skills together make an incredible, powerful combination. But you look inside first and say, what are the talents that I have that I bring to the world? And one of the best tools I've ever used to find this out is a test called StrengthsFinder. And there are two books I can recommend which have got online tests that will help you. One is called StrengthsFinder by Tom Rath, R-A-T-H. And the other one is Now Discover Your Strengths by Marcus Buckingham, as in Buckingham Palace, Marcus Buckingham. And in those books, they will give you great information and lead you to a website where you'll get an online test and you get all the information that you need there. Highly recommended. So one thing I sat down and said, what is my talent? My talent is what I'm really, really good at. What blows my hair back in terms of what I can do. And secondly, my passion that I love doing. So talent and passion. Talent is what I love, what I really, really am good at. And passion is what I really, really love doing. When those two meet together, you've got incredible power coming together. Now, most people don't work within their passions plus their talents. I'm saying work between 80 and 90% in it. So exercise to do is to write down what you think your talents are and do the StrengthsFinder test. Write down what your passions are and then go back and look at your diary over the last couple of months and see whether you've actually been working within either of those very much at all. Another thing that helped me as a little clue was to find out if I'm working my passion and talent. Two things that come from these books that have been very useful that will give you hints that you are working in this. Number one, you are constantly rejuvenated when you're doing these tasks. For example, I love communicating, as you can see. When I communicate, I'm rejuvenated by it. I don't have to look at my watch and say, oh my goodness, another 5 minutes to go. I look at my watch and say, my goodness, is it so late already? Because I'm rejuvenated. I come away from communicating with a buzz. That's a very strong clue. The second one is that you can deliver a near perfect performance every time you show up inside one of your talents or your passions. In other words, you don't have to sit there and think. I don't have to sit and think, how am I going to communicate? I naturally know. My brain has got thickets of neurons in here where it knows exactly how to do this. And these are two very powerful clues in terms of how to get this done. The other news is that making a talent into a strength takes a lot of investment, as you'll read in these books. And if you read a number of books that have come out and researchers, they call this the 10,000 hour rule. In other words, it's going to take 10,000 hours of working within your strengths to enter the realm of genius. And generally they say it takes about 10 years because you can't be working in your strength every minute of every day. So over a 10-year period, if you focus primarily on what you are the best in the world at as you can be, and that you love doing it, your brain will develop so many connections, so much genius will start to grow within your mind that people eventually start coming to you and ask you, how do you do this? You will be the professional. You'll be the person that will be highly paid because you've got the ability to give people this information. So I work away very hard at making my passion plus talent or my strengths work every day. I know what my top 5 are, and I make sure that I keep those exercised on a regular basis. And just out of interest, one of them is communication.